Hey guys, this is NHRA 1975. It's October 25th, 2016, and I'm here at my friend's shop, and just want to do a video of the Monte engine. We've been working hard at it, going hard on it, and made a lot of progress. And you guys hear me talk about it in the other videos, but just thought I'd make a video of what we've got to so far on this thing. Brief explanation of this engine. It's a big block Chevy Mark IV block, bored over 60 thousandths of an inch. Can't see the crank, but it's got a forged crank, factory forged crank, which uses a 1053 style metallurgy, or if I want to call it. So it's not a, like, I think it's a 5440, or I forget the next step up, but it's a decent grade. It's a stock forged crank, but it's still plenty good. The rods in it, well, you can't see those, and by now they're long gone. They're forged with the dot on it, so with ARP rod bolts, so they're fairly strong as well. The pistons, as you can tell, they're old school. I picked these up, I don't know how many years ago now. They're kind of like an LS7 dome piston, typically seen in the 70s. In fact, this 7040, if you could tell that number, is actually a TRW parts number from, I don't know when, 70s or something. It's a big dome piston, which it's obviously it's going to create a lot of compression, but at the same time, optimally, you're better off with less a dome and a smaller chamber for flame travel, but this works too. The oil pan's a 7-quart one. It's a chrome. We also took some roughed up those edges, so it should seal better. I guess one thing too, these Baldwin oil filters are really nice. They're you can get them at truck supply stops, like tractor trailer type places. They're great. They're well built, and they're not that expensive, and they even sell a racing version. I just bought the standard one. But yeah, to get to this point took a lot. The cam in it is a flat tappet cam, but it's a big flat tappet cam. I've also done some preventative measures for it. The cam got nitrated at comp cams because, as some of you guys know, these are very susceptible to problems with break-ins, so there's a few things you can do to reduce that, and one of them is to get the cam nitrated. But the cam specs are, it's about 262 at 50 thou on the intake, about 270 on the exhaust, 108 lobe separation angle, 631 lift. Don't quote me on that, but it's a comp cams. It's a pretty stout one. The lifters we're using are also kind of neat. They have a small hole on the bottom of them. If you can just see that, I don't know if you can make that out, but that hole, they're called I think EDM lifters or something. Crowder makes them, so that hole also helps. You see it like that. That hole, you can see a little dot, hopefully. That hole also helps to put more oil on the camshaft, so that's also going to be another reducer. And then of course you just run zinc additive, and when you break it in, you also we're going to be using just the outer valve springs. So hopefully that whole combination doesn't allow this thing to destroy itself when you're trying to break in the cam. What also stats? Well, tonight we just put on this balancer. Went on nice. We just agreed the balancer, so 0 mark equals 0 at top dead center on number 1. These balancers, a lot of times these balancers, there's a mismatch in between the crank snout and the actual inner diameter of the balancer. My friend did a great job and took some material out, and it slid on way nice. What else about this block, or anything else interesting about it that I can show you? Well, I can show you an action shot. Here's an action shot. Check that out. It's a smooth operator. So this engine is actually moving, which is awesome. There you go, guys. I don't know what else I can tell you about this. Oh, the cylinder heads. Cylinder heads we're using are just basically, they're the oval port variety. I think these are 781s. Yeah, these are 781 heads, and again, my friend did some amazing work. He cut the valve seats to accept the larger valves. I mean, I also had another friend of ours, do the exhaust. He did a bit more work. Typically on a big block Chevy, you probably can't see that well, but where my fingers come in and out, there's a large restriction there, and if you got someone who knows what they're doing, they can help increase the flow there. I mean, also, as you can tell, the bowls themselves, the transition from the valve seat to the bowl has also been ported, so these things should actually flow fairly well. Yeah, these are going to be great heads. We had to use taller valves. Those are Ferrara, pretty expensive, but those valves, we needed to use taller valves to fit the big springs you're using, which are, these are the valve springs we're using. The Scuderians, they're 8005A. So they're pretty strong. They're typically a very good spring for a flat tappet, a large flat tappet cam. So yeah, there it is, 8005A. They're nice. Well, anyways, guys, I guess that about wraps it up. So lots of progress on the engine here. Maybe I'll try to get some more statistics for you, but yeah, as you can see, engine's moving, engine's grooving. Alright, talk to you later.